Like, I can't think of another situation where American soldiers and American, combatants are literally openly attacked and the story is just completely buried.
Sure, it's buried in, you know, it's just, living through it and everything. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
remember a lot
insane.
of it, almost all of it. Some I don't, of course. I mean, the mind can't do it.
Yeah,
But with the bravest crews, I mean, we had nothing to fight back but our wills and our wit to live. And
yeah.
there was no help anywhere around. Our government left us out there for over 17 hours. It didn't even send a Piper Cub over to see how we were doing. They left us out there. Doc Kiefer was operating on men all night long. I helped him in several operations. I was holding a battle lantern.
Oh,
This man, Gary Blanchard, he was on there and he on the table and he was hit terribly bad. He said, Tourney, take my socks off for me and rub my feet. And I did. And he looked at me and says, you think I'm going to live? I says, no, man, I don't think you are.
oh, Jesus. God
And,
damn.
and Doc cut him open and he was dead.
Oh,
They put a few stitches in him, Doc did, and we put him over the side, and that went on all night.
oh my God. So how did how did it finally end? Did they just give up because they couldn't sink you guys, or was there finally aid sent your way?
Well, what they did, they confessed too early because
Mm,
the word went out around the world, and they knew that they couldn't lie anymore because the
mm,
whole plan was to sink us fast, blame it on Nasser, bring us into World War III. Listen, there were SAC aircraft that left our country in Nebraska. I think it was Nebraska, SAC aircraft, even before we were attacked on their way to incinerate Cairo.
mm.
That's how diabolical
Yeah,
this government is, especially LBJ. But I'll tell you one thing: every president on from that day has gone along with the same old lie.
yeah.
Every congressperson, everybody, or congressmen, senators, whatever, have gone along with the same old lie. They say they've had a lot of investigations in Liberty. They're lying. They've never had one, not one. But they lied to us, lied to the people. Said, well, there's been many investigations. It was a mistaken identity. No, it wasn't. We told Admiral Kidd that when he interrogated us 2 days out of sea. Most of the crew was sent to get care.
Yeah,
There was
yeah.
174 wounded, and the admiral warned us. He says, I told him exactly the way I felt. Why didn't you come help us? How come the America didn't come help us? How come the Israelis could get by with this, shooting the life rafts, trying to kill us all? And he says, listen, I'm going to tell you something, and I want you to listen to it very close. Don't you ever repeat a word about what you said to me about what happened, or I'll make sure you end up in prison or worse. You know what worse
Wait,
means? I says, yes, sir.
probably dead.
Of course.
Yeah.
So,
So wait, who was this? The admiral that was on the ship was telling you guys this?
no, he came aboard. He was Admiral Isaac Kidd, 2 days at
Okay, okay,
sea. So they
okay.
were going to catch us before we got to port. They sent us, by the way, to the farthest port we could go to is Malta. Took us seven
Oh,
seven
okay, okay.
days to get there, doing 4 knots with a 40 by 40-foot hole in the ship.
Got it, got it.
So him and his underling, Captain Ward Boston, he was a JAG officer, which later in life, before he died, recanted, says, we knew it was not a mistaken identity. We knew that it was a pre-planned attack. We knew the Israelis did it on purpose. And he signed a signed affidavit on that. You can find it on their website, libertyveterans.org.
Okay, got it, got it. So this dude comes on board before you guys get to Malta and basically says, quite frankly, for pardon my French, you guys better just shut the fuck up, not talk about this, nothing happened, or else, right? That was kind of the message.
That was a message. That was totally the message. And hey, it
Jesus.
worked with me. I'll tell you why, Ray. I didn't talk about this until I met my second wife.
Want the full truth? Watch the full Deep Shallow Dive interview next. And hit subscribe if you're done with narratives and ready to call a spade a spade.